Okay, let's talk more about masks. So this is Mask 2.0. As you can see in my layers here, I've already got something masked out. Not the best, but it's okay. It's for the just for me to edit, to teach you. So you're going to remember that there's a picture and we use the mask so we don't ruin the actual picture itself, okay? So the original's still there if I ever want to get rid of my mask. I'm not ruining that original picture. So with that being said, we want to play around with the masks. As you can see, if I hold the Alt button, now let's click over here, hold my Alt button down and click on it, you can see my mask. It's black, which hides everything, and white, which actually shows everything. So remember this, light reveals, the black hides, as in like a shadow. So let's come back here, take a look at this. We're on, and the first thing we have to do is we've got to make sure that we are selected on the actual mask itself, not the photograph, because whatever we're going to do is going to ruin the photograph. So make sure you're on the mask. It's got this little white line around it, so it's telling me it's highlighted. So now we're going to come over here. We're going to look at this brush tool, and it's just a simple brush tool. And we're going to look at a couple things. First, up top, you'll see where it says 100, and there's a brush. I have a size, which I can make it larger. But we talk about using the actual brackets, bracket right, bracket left to make it larger and smaller. That's a quick key. It's much easier. You can actually see it grow right there on the page. So that's what I recommend. The second thing is the hardness. If you do a hardness of 100, and I'm just going to come over here and do something really quickly. If I just click on his hat, boom, it's a solid circle. There's harsh edges, and you can see it right away, okay? So, but I like to work with hardness of anywhere between 20 and 0. I'm going to go with 0 today and watch what happens with the hat. Same thing. It's going to be like a spray can where the middle is intense and the sides are nice and it flows right into whatever color it is. So it makes a nice transition. So that's why I like to use it. So what we're going to do is Clint Eastwood's head's floating. And usually in movies or books or any kind of thing like that, they usually take a picture of the person and they kind of either fade it out or they fade it in. This one we're going to fade out a little bit and show you what I mean by that. So let's make our brush a little bit bigger. And that looks perfect there. And what we're doing is we want to actually expose some of his collar and we're going to expose some of the photograph on the outside of his head. It's kind of like giving him a halo effect. So what we want to do is, again, over here in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see our colors. We're going to switch it. There's a little right angle here with arrows. So we just switch it. And you can see now it's white. Okay? So what we want to do now is we're going to come over here slowly. Make this a little smaller. And we're going to come here and just kind of slowly look at how I'm kind of, that fades in nice. Come down a little bit more if I wanted to. And now watch, I'm going to keep most of my brush on the inside here. So just barely you'll see some of it coming out here at the edge. Ah, it's looking nice. Slowly but surely, you're seeing some of that. Now, you can't see a bunch up here over the top of his hat because the picture actually is bright white in the back. But we're going to come here and show you just how it kind of fades in nicely. And you can see it back there like that. Notice how we've already taken his head and kind of grounded or like it grounded it to the actual page now. We've got some shoulders, we've got a little bit more and stuff like that. Here's what the original picture looks like. Nope, we don't want that, excuse me. The original picture looks like, oh, select, deselect. Sorry about that, made a mistake. But the original picture actually has white here. So that's one of the things is. But notice how I use the white to actually bring some more of the parts out, but it's soft and edged like that. I'm going to get rid of the actual mask, say delete, and notice you can see the picture here, and that's why you couldn't see much of it. But I'm okay with it. You saw what I did. Let's go Control Z. Let's go back to it. And again, look at how nice and soft that is. I truly like that a lot. Okay, so that's the first one. Let's see how we use the brush kind of to hide things. Notice I'm getting this, oh, I can't do anything on here with my paintbrush tool. First thing you want to notice, it's because I'm on the wrong layer. So we're going to go to layer 2. Boom. There it is. Now what I'm going to do now is I want to hide things. So I want to go ahead and paint with black. And as you can see, I have black right here. I've already got changed up, so we're in great shape. And let's start getting rid of some of this. I can't because I'm already on my actual picture. I don't want to be on that. I want to be actually on the mask. Control Z, please. What'll happen is when I went to the mask, it changed my colors. So let's come back here. Now we're black again. Now let's start getting rid of it. I want to do this pretty fast. And notice I'm already getting rid of the hard edges that look terrible when you see something like that. Now we could put the gun there if I wanted to, but I'm going to take the gun out. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Got a good thing here. Now I'm going to come up around the edges here and watch how I'm going to focus this on the face himself. So when I come up here, I'm going to kind of soften up the edges. I'm softening up nicely like that. Yet I can still see it. The hat was flat, so I'm going to kind of get rid of most of that hat. Come around here. And notice how I've just softened everything except for, I'm going to bring more of it here like this too, his face, and my focus is on his face. It looks like there's a bright light behind him or something like that, but it kind of gives you that, I don't want to call it an angelic look, but the focal point is his face right here. So that's how we use the paintbrush on our masks. I mean, we could do all kinds of things with it, and I'll show you a little bit more when we talk about backgrounds and things like that, but there is masks, I guess, part 2. Hope you enjoyed it and hope it makes sense.